Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, friends. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another episode of The Cooler Minds, only here at the Mindgears channel. I'm so excited to see all of you today. I would like to say good afternoon to Philippines. It's now 2, it's 2:30 in the afternoon, and it is October 24, 2020 in the Philippines. And in the world, I would like to say good morning and good evening to all of you. Please join me in this real talk conversation with my very special guest this afternoon. Cooler Waters, again, I would like to tell you that this is actually a fluids of minds coming from our very special guests. They actually have their expertise in their own field and have the great stories to tell to all of us. Welcome to my channel. This is your TV. This is your perspective. Always remember that your mind is your gears. Welcome to the Mind Gears channel. There we go. As we always say, success is very important now because in our life, we always determine success as a social status or a community status about wealth, money, fame, popularity. What is really success? We need to go to the deeper understanding and dig more meanings of it in our own perspective. So this afternoon we have two special guests that I'm so proud to introduce to you. These two women are actually one of my inspirations in everything that I do. They're actually the people that I adore most when it comes to fashion. They're so fashionable when it comes to elegance, when it comes to intelligence. So let's try to get their perspective, their opinion on life success formula. Because I know every one of us has our own formula on how to achieve success and at the same time make a real meaning of it in our own simple way, assessing and identifying also the different parts and parcel of our lives. Ladies and gentlemen, for my first guest, I would like to introduce to you, give me this opportunity to introduce to you my first guest. So I will be reading, of course, as I always do, because I don't want to be mistaken in how I'm going to introduce them. I would like to give this honor to them. Uh, this very important guest this afternoon is a very good friend of mine, and we've been together for quite a long time, having this being a partners, right? So this first speaker is fondly called Angie. I think from my friends you're familiar with her. She was born and raised in Manila, Philippines, and grew up in a family of compassionate people. Yeah, of course. Being innately creative flows naturally in her, whether it is conceptual, in performance, in her sense of style and fashion, or any visually notable discipline she engages in. She is just an expert in competent. She is also a motivational speaker, a corporate sales trainer, expert in real estate management, and currently the sales and marketing head of Philinvest Central Luzon Cluster. Please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in my show here at the Mind Gears channel, Miss Angie Hoban. Angie, good morning.
Hello.
Welcome to my channel.
Hi, Renz, and of course to all our viewers already online. And I really feel so. I'm not. I'm more than glad and elated actually because this is my first time joining you on your TV and your live broadcast on YouTube. And of course, you know for a fact that I am one of your fans, avid fan,
Yeah.
in fact, from day
Thank you,
one
Angie.
of your the Mindgears
Thank
channel
you.
on YouTube. So having this opportunity really means a lot to me, and hopefully we'll be able to share really much and for people to get inspired and learn from this afternoon's broadcast. And
Wow.
to all our viewers across the Philippines. Now, from I'm sure we have our dear friends, our dear sellers, and even our family members across the nation and even abroad. So, wherever you are right now watching, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and probably good morning. But this is really a great chance that is being given to me now. I feel privileged and honored. Thank you, Renz, for inviting
My
me to be
pleasure.
part.
My
Yes.
pleasure, Miss Angie Hoban. I'm so excited, and we will be hearing more of you in a very short while. I would like to introduce now, ladies and gentlemen, my next guest. This afternoon is really so exciting. I feel I'm not nervous. Sometimes, when I talk to a lot of guest speakers, especially motivational speakers, I also feel nervous but astonished at the same time. I'm so excited because this is really rare, and I believe a lot of people will be inspired as they're gonna hear your thoughts later on, Miss Angie as well. And of course, as I promised again, I promised this moment that she will be joining me in this huddle. And when I contacted her, definitely no whatsoever. She just say yes, big yes to me. Let me introduce to you one of my very special guests this afternoon. Our next speaker is a trained to be original. She's so trained to be original. She is so unique and innovative. She has developed a deep understanding and holistic approach of branding and identity through transformational ideas that translate to sustainable results. She champions the power, potential, and value of branding as an organizational function, not just a marketing function alone, approaching it like product development or business innovation to multiply success. She also engaged with support profitability, strengthen customer connection and loyalty, and build greater value for corporate clients, individuals, and personalities. She is a very passionate and expert consultant, an organizer, and an end to end branding solution for different industries and NGOs. Currently, she is managing head for Lightbulb Strategic Communication. Ladies and gentlemen, the fabulous, the glamorous, and elegant Miss Karen Herrera Ramos in the house. Good morning,
Hello,
Karen.
everyone. Hello, everyone. Thank you for inviting me in your channel, Ren. So it's really a privilege to be invited in your growing YouTube channel, and congratulations in this endeavor.
Wow, thank you, Miss Carrie. I forgot to give an applause to Miss Angie. Miss Angie, this is for you. I forgot to give a applause. Wow, my honor for you to be with me this afternoon. And during this time of pandemic, we've been a lot through situations. Now we've been through a lot of frustrations, whether we like it or not, whether we accept it or not. We have a lot of adjustment that we made for our lives, and with this almost 7 months in the quarantine, still in the quarantine, and we know that there's still a virus out there. So sometimes it's hard to talk about beautiful things, right? Sometimes we don't want to be, we don't want to. Sometimes we don't have that just that have energy to talk about vision, about your dreams, about your plans, and how can we motivate people in our own way if everybody's feeling the same, if everybody is in the same boat, right? Parang parati nating iniisip, parang hirap ng pag-usapan yata kung paano maging masaya, kung paano maging successful,
Mm.
paano matutupad ang ating mga pangarap. Because practically speaking and honestly, we have this situation in our house. And up to this moment, even the rest who are watching right now, having this same situation as well. Let me first
Yes.
start my conversation with you, dear friends, by asking you, how's your pandemic life, Miss Angie Open? Paano nag-umpisa? Paano yung journey mo?
Actually, wala sigurong tao or any person across the any walk of life, no, whatever situation they're into right now, everybody had really to start or immediately adapt to the new environment. And I am not an exception to that. I would still remember or recall that in March 17, the first day that we were locked down, um, I was I was fortunate enough to be home in Pampanga because I cannot fathom how would I be able to react had I been in one of the offices that I report to, either in Alabang or Ortigas or even in Buani. Kung doon ako inabutan ng lockdown, hindi ko maisip kung paano ko uuwi sa Pampanga that day. So I really felt, immediately I saw the silver lining. No? So I think what really helped me adapt or immediately adjust to the situation was, um, first thing is I had to assess my situation. Second is to be appreciative of the blessings and how you are still on an advantage. No? Yun yung una kong na-appreciate. And second, that helped me move forward because I know that if I don't act fast or if I don't adjust fast to the situation, there will be a lot of people who will be affected along with how I will react or how will I act to the situation. That's part of which is, of course, your family members. Second, of course, the people that you work with and the people that you work for. So that really has to be to some mind-boggling or very disturbing. But of course, if you really would look into the situation on a positive note, there are a lot of things that you can really do pala na hindi ka talagang malulugmok sa sitwasyon.
Yeah.
Pag tinignan mo siya na
Yeah.
nadapa ka o nakita mo siya na parang negative, ang hirap mag-react. Diba? So, ang hirap mag-adjust. Adapt.
So much, Miss Angie. Thank you. And you know, Ange, we've been talking about how we're going to adjust, no? Nasabi mo kanina, and that we're trying to Mhm. we're trying to actually tell to the world that yung buhay natin hindi natin naasahan na darating, but tulad ng sinabi mo, to cut it short, to move forward, we always
Yes.
we always saw some opportunities in it, and we discovered a lot of things that happened, and I think rewarding to all of us, right? All
Yes.
right. So thank you for that, Miss Angie. And of course, this time I would like to hear from our very own Miss Karen. Alam mo, we've been talking. We've been some after that pandemic happened. We have this communication. We're so happy, and we started actually the year so brightly, right? And
Mm-hmm.
you're always there. We talk. We have so much planned for the
We're so
year.
hopeful.
We're so hopeful, and suddenly by March 15, all our plans was canceled. The pandemic arrived, the
Yes.
virus was there. How's your pandemic life, my friend Karen
Okay, so
Ross?
actually when my friends are asking the question, kamusta ka? It's so hard to answer. It's a very
Yeah,
complex question, right? So sometimes it becomes an emotional question.
yeah,
So as much as possible, you do not want to give an answer na parang, generally, I'm okay. As much as possible, you want to give a very sincere response to the question. So, while not spreading toxic positivity or being insensitive to the other people, diba? So, it's a very hard question. So, to address that, I always say that, there are good days and there are also bad days.
yeah,
So, honestly, I do not want to use the word yung new normal. So, because that term for me is it's very painful. So
yeah,
because during the pandemic there's so many opportunity loss. So I have a relative
yeah.
um that died and I was not able
Oh,
to visit the wake. So there are so many
oh,
struggles during that time. There are health scares from friends, from my husband. So there's so many uncertainties. So it's really difficult. But on the other hand, so there are a lot of realizations. So we know that every crisis offers opportunity for personal growth. So it will be hard for others. Very optimistic. So it's a time for personal discoveries and experiences. So one thing is that it's our first time. So let me just share it with you that it's my first time in the pandemic during ECQ that we spent together as a family. You've sun up,
Yeah.
sun down, we're together. So that's our first longest time to be together. So there's a lot of adjustment. So until now, we're doing a lot of fine tuning in our routines. So it's really a hard process.
Thank you for sharing that very generous sharing of your situation, Miss Karen. Alam mo, Karen, in our life, no, parati natin pinag-uusapan, you're so correct that we need first to define, we need first to feel those frustrations for you to be able to get up and rise up with it.
Mm-mm.
It's nice that you acknowledge, no, and all of us have been acknowledging these situations. And at the end of the day, as you mentioned, we're gonna discover many things which is so rewarding at home. You're right, no?
Mm-hmm.
Nasamang pamilya mo, there was a time siguro your husband is so busy. By the way, I'd like to say hi to your family. Your husband is so busy. You have the advantage you mentioned is that you have these grown up kids with you na easily you have much time to talk about inside the house. And sometimes sabi mo nga, napakaraming nagawa, napakaraming nangyari. Are you more closer now? You have more time with your husband because I know your husband is so busy. Ano yung
It's
challenges? Yung
hard actually.
hard
So
na
there's a lot of challenges. There's a
yes,
lot of
Karen.
adjustment because it's
Speaking,
our first.
correct. Speaking, tell us, can you tell us, before I go back to Miss Angie, can you tell us, there is also some challenges and adjustment when the both of you, husband and wife, are together for a long period of time inside the house. Can you share this?
Problem with our family is that
Yeah.
all of us are very dominant and wants to be decision makers.
Yeah.
So there's a conflict on that. Everyone wants to make a decision for simple things.
Oh my God.
So
Yeah.
medyo mahirap even
Yeah.
for the food that we eat. So there's conflict. So before we don't share naman meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But this
Oh.
time, 24/7, we're together, di ba?
And
So,
you're
medyo
cooking.
mahirap
You're
yun.
doing the cooking. You're doing the
Mhm.
preparations and everything.
I'm doing the table setting. It's my kid who's doing the cooking for
Oh
us.
my God. Wow. That's amazing. Talaga. All right. So let's move on now. I hope we can have Miss Angie Hoben. Okay. Let me, Angie. So let's go back to Miss Angie. This time joining us again. Miss Angie. Yeah. So ano yung nangyari, Miss
Yes.
Angie naman? What is the adjustment naman for you? What do you do for your husband, for your children?
Ay, nako, Renz. Hindi kami nagkakalayo ni Karen, I believe, no, in terms of adjustments because we, of course, working mothers like us, prior to the pandemic, medyo busy, as in super busy. We all know for a fact na hindi madali yung mag-balance ng work and home, no? Even prior to pandemic, napakahirap mag-travel to and from work. And then pagdating mo sa bahay, pagod ka na. There were a lot of years, in fact, that I would leave home at dawn, madaling araw, tulog pa yung mga anak mo, tapos pag uwi mo, tulog na sila. So, this is something that I think eh, I would appreciate. Sabi ko nga, marirealize mo rin pala talaga na may pagkakataon din pala na binibigay si Lord sa'yo na to not only adapt, but of course, see and appreciate the moments that are being given to you now, to spend more quality time with your family and your loved ones at home.
That is
So
true.
when we talk about balancing work from home and for the family, yung adjustments namin is maganda. Maganda yung nangyari because I have the help of my husband, my eldest son. Sila yung market, nagko-grocery. And there are also a lot of times that my eldest would cook the meals kapag ako ay tied down with online trainings or meetings. So basically, maraming advantages at meron din syempre mga challenges. But the best part really is this became an opportunity for us to spend more quality time with the family. So,
Amazing.
yes.
Thank you for that. Thank you, Angie. And Karen, I know you're still working. You have also a lot of
Yeah, yeah.
webinars, and you're doing all the collaborations, your planning. How is it? How is the business? At least we have also time to focus more planning na lang siguro, collaboration and coordinations. How is it? How's
Yes.
your work from
So
home?
so actually there's a confusion of working from home and being home, right? So that's the biggest that's the
Very well
biggest
said.
challenge right now for mothers, because after your meetings, your webinar, you're confused if you're going to, cook food for the family or clean the house in between. So there's really a confusion and it's a little bit stressful. But no, as we do the adjustment, nasasanay din naman tayo.
That is very correct. That is very correct. Okay, let's move forward. When I was a kid, this word to be successful is really my aim. This is really my goal. I came from a very poor family, Karen and Angie, and you know that. And we're eight siblings, and everybody just have one mindset in mind to be successful in the near future. And that our parents have passed away already, put that inculcated it in our mind that whether you like it or not, for you to be successful, you need to finish your studies. Diba? Napakalaki
Yes.
pala ng meaning ng success in life. But finishing your studies, being a graduate to any course doesn't guarantee you the success that you've been dreaming of, the success that you want, the success that you in your mind. Yun ang na-realize ko sa buhay ko. And sometimes, as we go along the way of the battle of searching, the journey towards your goal, napakadaming challenges and struggle, Karen and Angie, right? You know that. And I think we have different perspective because I know, Karen and Angie, you came from a well-off family, and I know your stories. At least kahit papano, you have this family that supported your studies. But I'm telling you, I work on my own. I work really hard to finish my studies. And it's a long journey. In the coming vlogs, I'll be sharing my story. Success, ang hirap i-define ng success. Naka-graduate ka na, this they say you're so successful. That's not true. I don't believe in that. Meron ka magandang damit, ang galing mo magsalita rin, friends. You're so successful. They don't know the real essence of being successful because I don't want to say they don't know, but I think we have different meanings on how we see ourselves to be successful. And for me, to be successful is making all my dreams come true, to have a lot of money, that I am not starving, that I have a house, that I have my car, that I see myself comfortable, hindi na ako nahihirapang bayaran lahat ng bills ko, and I have something in my savings in the bank, and my family is so happy that I've helped them. That is the meaning of my success for me. And for me to share the formula to success is another story. I know how you've been through a lot, Miss Angie, Miss Karen. Let me ask you, let me ask you, what is your formula to success? Let me start with Miss Angie Hoben. Alam mo, yung buhay natin, you've been a very successful entrepreneur, Angie. I've seen your history. Maybe a lot of people in our industry now, which is in real estate, don't know who really you are, but I know all of it because I'm your BFF. You're one of my BFF, and I know you traveled. You traveled. You don't know that you traveled around the world. That just to know.
Wow.
Hindi lang uso ang FB noon. Hindi nyo naman po.
Correct.
Advantage, no? Di ba usang social media, but you've been there. And I really, I'm so proud of that accomplishment. Tell me, Angie, what is really the meaning of success muna? I-define muna natin sa'yo the real meaning of being successful. Then later on, you're gonna share to us the formula to success in your own perspective. Angie, what is success to you?
Well, success to me, it's basically contentment and being happy of whatever stature you have or you are in now in life. No? So, iba-iba yung definition, tama ka doon, iba-iba ang definition ng tao ng success because wala sigurong magkakapareho in terms of ano yung heartfelt desires mo, yung goals mo sa buhay, ano yung talagang gusto mo ma-attain or magkaroon, ma-achieve. So, that in itself is a challenge because it really requires someone to first assess himself, evaluate what is he or she doing right or wrong in life. It requires also for us to plan ahead, to really define the goals or dreams that we have in life. And basically, it's also being proactive and really acting on the plans that you have designed. So, kapag wala kasi yung part na yon na unang-una, ano yung gusto mo? Sabi nga, begin with the end in mind. So, if you do not even start with that thought, ano ba talaga yung gusto ko? Tapos dapat mahugot mo rin yun sa 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 puso mo eh. So you have to have that heartfelt desires because that is going to be your compelling drive or compelling force to really take on the stepping stones and start, moving forward to the attainment of these goals in life. So sa akin, tama ka Renz, no, nung sinabi mo na, some people, especially at work or those who we've been with for the past years, do not really know that depth ng dinaanan ko, lalo na nung ako ay nasa ibang industries. No? So, doon ko share yung talagang hirap or struggles ko. Yun yung sabi ko nga, yung trabaho ko dati, yung gabi ay ginagawa kong umaga and vice versa. So wala akong pakundangan kaya nagkaroon ako ng medyo struggles din in terms of health. So pero hindi rin pala tama na yung alam mo yon, yung gusto mong maging successful pero hindi mo rin dapat i-sacrifice yung maraming factors, no, like family, hindi mo i-balance it. So when you want to really be successful in life, lahat ng aspeto or all aspects in your life dapat iniingatan mo din or binabalanse mo. Kasi hindi pwedeng at all cost yung meron kang tatapakan na tao or meron kang masasaktan. No? So it really has to start with goal setting, planning, of course, taking on the actions and stepping stones towards the attainment of this. Yeah.
Amazing.
So,
Wow, lovely.
yes, sa lahat
From
ng
the humble,
nadaanan,
to the humble.
sa lahat ng pinuntahan kong industry, yun yung siguro naging ano ko, yung to really work hard and also work smart to attain these dreams or goals that I
And
have.
you're right, Angie. I think, Angie, no, yung fulfillment mo, whether it
Mhm.
is for yourself, for the family, the satisfaction that you do
Mhm.
to the job given to you, and you're just so proud of telling them that you do the job well, and then you accomplish all of this, whatever it is, whether it is material thing or intangible things, no? Okay, so thank you for that, and punta naman tayo with this, Miss Karen. Alam mo, Karen, I know you're a very well-oriented person, and I know how your world is so diverse and that you can just handle so many things in this world, and that when you plan of it, you really made it a point that you can put something on that. But I want to know, what is the foundation of that drive, and how do you really how do you tell yourself that I am successful?
Okay, actually, Renz, every life stage, every my life stages, I have definition of success. So I grew up in a family that's very conservative, that they define success as being a doctor, engineer, lawyer. Siguro ganun din yung generation talaga natin, di ba? Nung bata tayo, being a teacher, architect, so ganon. So, it's my mom's dream ever since for me to be a lawyer. So, most of my relatives are lawyers, and they also want me to be a lawyer. So that is my childhood. So they define success as achieving the goal you have set for yourself, and that goal is being a lawyer. So from elementary to the time that I graduated into college, so success is being a lawyer. That's the definition. So it's my mom's family dream. Pero sabi nga ng mom ko, I have to follow kasi you have to respect your parents' dreams and wants. Because that's also a key to success. Basta meron pa siya, she even has a narrative na, have you seen successful people na disrespectful sa magulang? Di ba wala? So, naman, wala, right? So, walang successful na hindi magalang or ang mapagmahal sa magulang. So, ako naman, I'm very fearful. So, I was shaped that way. So, ako, sige, magiging lawyer ako. Then, after college, I went to after UP graduation, so I went to law school. Even I already have a kid. But my mom died during the first sem, and I never become a lawyer. So if that is the definition of success, therefore, I'm a failure. Diba? Kasi yun lang yung definition ko. Diba? So,
but I think you become successful, Karen, because you followed somehow. There is success in it that you continue to follow what your mom told you to do. And I think in that journey, naging successful ka man. You did your best really to meet the expectation of your mom.
Very, sabi nga nila, very biblical daw yun, di ba? So you have to, so, natatakot naman ako. Okay, so nag-evolve yung definition of success. Then, several years ago, so there's inspirational speaker that says that, success is when preparation meets opportunity. Diba sabi nila? So, I put that quotation into my heart, dinibdib ko talaga yon. So, it only means that you need to prepare yourself all the time for you to be successful. So, what I did is, I study hard, di ba? Hard work, aral, ganyan. So, I finished my grad schools, di ba? So, equip yourself, improve your talents, because you're always wanted to take the opportunities present. So, sana ma-maximize mo. But, like what you've said, Miss Angie, this definition of success is very focused on livelihood.
Correct.
Diba? Very focused on yung parang, although there's nothing wrong with gaining so much wealth, diba? Iba din naman yon kasi kailangan kang makatulong sa sarili mo at saka sa iba. So, however, it will give you a meaning of discontent. It will give you a discontent if your definition of success is just focused on your livelihood.
Correct.
So, yun. So, nag-evolve siya. So, ngayon, midlife na, tanda na. Midlife stage, natin ni Miss Angie. So, iba na din siya. Diba? It is more focused on, providing meaning.
Yes.
Diba? It's more focused on meaning, purpose, people, tama ka, relationship, and yung passion nga medyo mahirap pa, and passion. So, medyo ganon. So, ang ano ko lang, ever since high school, we're very familiar naman with Maslow hierarchy of needs, right?
Yes.
Very knowledgeable naman tayo. Pero, we did not take it seriously. Diba, nung graduate tayo, parang our focus is talagang wealth accumulation. Talagang iba siya talaga.
Correct. You're correct on that. Parang ang mo pagkatapos mo ng college is to really move, parang seek employment, or you have to land a very good prestigious job. Diba? So, yun yung tama ka dun parang yung definition ng success nag-iiba rin as you go through other phases of life. 'Diba?
Mm.
So,
That's
siguro nga dahil depende rin siya sa edad, yung
Yes.
pananaw, yung how yung perspectives mo sa life or how you see the purpose that you have or ano yung ano rin yung stage na gusto mong maalpasan. So, may iba-iba rin kasing challenges at iba-iba rin yung phases ng
Yes,
buhay
correct.
natin.
Correct, correct.
Mhm.
Yeah, very well said. Very well said. All right, so
Mhm.
kasi, as we go along, let's continue with our another perspective is that is it important? Yeah, maybe the age really, the age bracket, the generation has different perspective or different how do you call it? The rooms for their how they understand the success for them when it comes to this younger age, parang just to enjoy life and to have an abundant life. Okay na sa kanila, tayo naman when we grow matured, more matured, nagbabago ang pananaw natin when it comes to defining the success in a manner that nagiging sabi nga ni Karen parati, I cannot forget, parati mong sinasabi, Karen, when you become very successful at matured na yung understanding mo ng success, you always told me na share naman natin sa iba, ibigay na natin yan sa iba. Parang pili mo, maging mas successful tayo rin kasi huwag na natin siyang kunin. May term tayo, we cannot just mention it, no?
Ah, ah.
Nagbibigay lang ng letter of the word mo, Karen, at parati nang sinasabi, okay na tayo, successful na tayo, let's make other people successful. But there is a problem with that situation that we want others to be successful as well. No,
Mhm.
may tinatawag tayong skill set and behaviors, no? So,
Mhm.
palagay ninyo, punta tayo Miss Angie, CEOs, they became CEOs, president, AVPs of the company, having this position in the big companies because of their skill sets and behaviors, which is different from other people, from a normal workforce or manpower of the company. They how do you call it? They emerge because of their competency that made them so unique and different from other people. Pag-usapan natin, to be
Mhm.
successful, kailangan meron tayong mga, because I know you reached that stage, Angie and Karen, you've been managing your own businesses, you've been working, so having this great reputations in your field of specialization. Angie, we've been talking about this. Can you share some skill set that we need to have for us as our tool and our how do you call it, our instrument to be
Mhm.
successful in life?
Well, when you say what will be this necessary skills, no, I think the first thing really is to have that pag sinabi mo kasi skills, medyo all-encompassing siya. Parang kailangan kung talagang gusto mo maging successful, it's really necessary to first have a check or evaluate or assessment. Self-assessment is very important to move forward. No? Kasi otherwise, pag hindi mo inassess muna kung ano yung naging tama o mali doon sa mga nakaraang mong ginawa, you will just keep committing the same mistake or keeping you will just experience the same failures. But then again, if you really want to become successful and push others to become successful as well, kailangan meron kang ganong skill. Meron kang skill to be prepared, yung preparedness, yung planning, and of course, yung setting goals. That's one that is necessary. Second is, ano ba talaga yung how do you communicate? So how do you communicate? How do you do the parang interpersonal skills is also important. No? So kailangan kasi yung tama yung timing, tama yung pagkascade mo, tama yung pag-communicate mo so that nasi-share yung insights mo, nasi-share yung ano tawag na yung gusto mong mangyari. So sabi ko nga leadership is not really yung dapat authoritarian ka or dapat nandun yung authority mo. But ang leadership to me is being able to make people do what you want them to do. So leadership is definitely something that has to be experienced at saka to be grown, to be modified in all aspects para patuloy mo yan magamit at mapasunod mo yung mga people who are entrusted to you to be managed and to be supervised.
All right. So that is very well said. Angie, we will be, in a while after this, before I go back to you, we'll be talking about naman how you manage, because you're expert in real estate, sales, people management, at the same time in recruitment. And we're going to identify some key factors for the people to be successful, as we're gonna get back to you in a while. Okay, so let me go back to Karen. Karen, in everything that we do know, when we when we discuss always, we mention about when we engage with something, what to do, or any plans that we have, we always talk about the attitude versus skill, right? It's very important. So parang ano yan eh, parang yung kakayahan mo at yung ugali mo is somehow need to be combined for you to be successful. And when you apply to a certain company, you've been a boss, you've been hiring people as well, and I'm gonna up lang muna something like ayun, there you go. So you know something like about when you apply to a certain company, you ask your people, right? So what are your skills aside from the educational qualification?
Mhm.
What are the things that you can do capable with? And today's generation, we've been, when we apply in our generation, we were being asked, what can you do? Do you know Microsoft skill? Do you know how to type? Long time ago, marunong pa gumamit makinilya na yan. Ngayon, marunong ka bang gumamit ng computer na yan? Ngayon, do you know how to use what kind of platforms, social media, or online digitization can you manage, di ba? And aside from that, that is actually the skills that we're looking for the future of work. And the future of work is so huge already with that kind of designed requirements, no? So, bakit importante? Why is it they keep on asking about your skill, about your capability and capacity, because I believe they would like to see the success that you can share, or the things that you can give to the company for the company to be successful. Kaya tayo nag-hire ng tao at ikaw kinukuha kita because I want you to be a part of my success, of this company's success. Kasi kung wala kang skill, wala kang right attitude na pwedeng ma-share sa company, definitely, my company will fail. Bakit importante, Miss Karen, yung skill set mo and your attitude para maging part ka ng success ng isang kumpanya, and at the same time, for you to become successful as well.
So, dalawa yun, di ba? We have the hard skills and the soft skills.
Yes,
So, it's
yes,
important that you
exactly.
consider the two things.
Yes.
So, ang isa pa, I always consider the passion of the person. So,
What do you mean
dapat
passion?
kasi
What do you mean by
the
this?
drive, it refers to the drive of the person, the positive energy that the person can give to the organization. So,
Can you
that
feel
is
the
very
passion?
important.
Can you feel the
Hmm?
passion when you talk?
Now,
Can
you
you
can
feel?
actually, there are some indicators when during the interview, diba, when
Yeah,
you ask them, what's their interest? So,
yeah,
you can ask questions on their strengths and weaknesses, and then you will
correct.
find out if they are self-aware. Diba,
Yeah,
self-awareness leadership is
awareness.
very important. So, yung mga ganong questions, it's not an absolute question. It will not give you a definite answer, but it will give you some indicators dun sa strength
Correct.
and weaknesses ng tao. So, importante ako more than yung hard skills kasi pwede naman talaga siyang ituro.
Correct.
Anyway, graduate naman
Correct.
yan, di ba? So,
Exactly.
but yung the behavioral, the passion of the person, medyo mahirap talaga siyang makita o mahanap. Mahirap siyang mahanap. So, kung ang tinatanong natin is, if we want an organization to be successful, so kailangan etong mga klaseng skill set na to yung kukunin natin,
Natin.
i-consider natin. Oh, yun. Number
Okay.
one, dapat self-awareness.
Mhm. Very good. Wow. So that's true, no? So now, bakit? Why is it? Angie, why in your field, punta natin yung friend bago tayo pumunta doon kay Miss Karen naman, malawak, marketing, branding, expertise ni Karen yan. Tsaka, maliban dyan, how she will be elegantly finish the job. Elegantly finish the job. Karen Ramos yan, ano? Ito naman, Angie, I saw you. I know you're so fashionable as well. Nako, pag si Miss Angie Hoben long time ago na magkasama kami in other companies. Pag when Angie arrives, everybody is staring at her. No,
Nice.
everybody's staring at her. She's just fabulously made the day every day, and everybody expecting her to come in to inspire them with the way she carries herself. Angie, that is, I believe, one of your traits that you integrated in your sales management. Yung art, you have this art of persuasion that you just can feel what kind of people is in front of you, and if these people can really if you have that term that always you keep on telling me, Renz, it's a padded resume, no? Angie knows that it's a padded resume. I know this is not real. This is not true. Upon scanning the resume, the curriculum vitae of the applicants, Angie will tell me, Renz, that is padded. That is not true. I can feel it. Sabi nga ni Kat, I can feel there's no passion. He's in the wrong place. I will not hire him. May mga ganung eksena tayo. Angie, as an expert in your, how do you call it? Let's go first in recruitment kasi no, na ni Miss Karen recruitment. How do you recruit
Mm-mm.
people? How do you assess that these people has the ability to help the company in attaining the vision of the company? Kasi yun naman parati, di ba, inaalay natin yung when we have people, they should be
Yes.
counterpart, should be a contributor to the vision and mission of the company. How do you assess people?
Yes. First thing yung sabi mo kanina, no? Thank you dahil acknowledge mo pala yung aking pananamit.
Yeah.
Basically, I call that as power dressing,
Pero pag
no?
tumatanda kasi Miss Angie, nagbabago na rin. Parang may nagbabago na rin.
May nagbago na, diba? But
Anyway,
hindi,
kidding.
totoo yun. No? It's part of the training that we do also. Kaya kailangan, sabi nga, set as an example or a role model. No? So, kaya it starts with power dressing, especially when you are in the office or when you are called for a business meeting. So, importante yun. But talking about recruitment, Lens and Karen, of course, people is the integral part of any organization. So, importante talaga yung sino yung ika-come aboard natin sa organization natin, sino yung isasali natin, at sino yung paano yung selection process. No? So, tama yung sinabi ni Renz kanina. It starts with, siguro because of the years of experience as well in this field of recruiting people, especially people who are basically independent contractors. Kasi pag sinabi mong mag-aahente or magiging part of the sales force, iba naman yung gagawin mong selection process kapag dating sa employment. Siyempre pag office or staff position siya, um, iba yung gagawin mong selection process kumpara doon sa independent workforce or contractors. So pag sa independent contractors kasi, what you need to push to them is a mindset for growing a business partnership with your company. So,
So, ano yung
ano,
hinahanap mo, Angie? Ano yung hinahanap mong skills
ang
kapag
hinahanap
if you
natin
want to
is,
engage with sales, whatever it is,
okay,
sales business?
pag sinabi mo kasing for a particular position, siyempre lalo na pagdating sa sales and marketing, ang hahanapin mo talaga dyan is yung may drive. May drive. Yung sabihin nun is,
Men,
meron siyang, meron siyang,
big eager to be
meron,
successful? Something like that?
hindi, meron siyang drive to be successful, meron siyang desire na talaga, mabilis mong mako-convert yung mindset ng isang taong may drive to be successful in life. Mahirap i-convert yung mindset ng isang tao na ang gusto lang is just to simply land a job, acquire a means to have an allowance, yung daily sustenance lang ang hanap sa buhay. Pero kung ang makakausap mo ay isang tao na merong malaking picture na gusto niya mangyari sa buhay niya at sa sarili niya or even for his loved ones, mas mabilis mo siyang ma-influence to become part of your organization because you are sharing with them the opportunities that you and your company can provide to them, and your organization can help and support them in achieving their dreams.
That's
Yun
very
yung
well
to
said.
me is
All right.
important.
Thank you for that, Angie. And let's go back to Miss Karen. Miss Karen, no, we've been talking about how we do our jobs, how you do your respective jobs, because we're trying to share to our viewers that this is our way on how to really become successful. This actually are the things that we're doing now, telling them that we have to go through with this kind of this experiences for us to be able also to tell to the world that we're successful in a specific job that we do or to the job that being entrusted to us, di ba? So we're leading to that journey na parang sinasabi ko, kailangan muna nating i-perfect yung mga trabaho natin. Kailangan natin muna maging the best sa bawat responsibility na binigay sa atin kung ano mang merong yan for us to be able to reach that goal na kinukuha natin sa buhay. Meaning to say, like a sort of personal introspection. I mean, a personal knowing of everything that you're capable with, doing the job productively, and this will contribute as well to your success. Okay? So, kasi baka mamislead ang ating viewer. We're talking about now leading there. So, pinapakita natin sa ating mga viewers na bawat isa sa atin ay may role na ginagampanan, and we just have to be expert, and we just have to be very successful. I mean, be very good at it para makuha natin yung ating dinidream sa buhay, no? Because when you do something about the job na ginagawa mo na perfect at maayos, and you can contribute to the success of the company, nakikita mo, yun na talaga ang success mo sa buhay. Di ba? Okay. Miss Karen, when it comes, you've been a marketing expert, branding expert, no, and the marketing world is just so big, and it has a relationship with sales and marketing. How you're gonna manage the
Mhm.
sale, then how you're gonna market it, and branding is being integrated in that.
Mhm.
How you gonna make yourself be identified, be captivating in this field. There's a lot of competitors and you are just there, standing there, noticeable. Because when you have created your own brand, you have created your own, the company have the brand, and you yourself, as a part of the company or with a crucial or vital function, you stood out there. So parang ganun yung Karen, di ba? When you
Hindi
have the brand,
naman.
let me enlighten. Let
Okay.
me share. Sabihin mo sa amin kung ang tips
How to
para
be
maging
successful in
successful
marketing.
in marketing and at the same time in branding yourself. Branding. Okay.
Okay,
Right.
so I've been doing marketing for 18 years, for the past 18
Oh
years.
my God.
Yeah, oh my
Wow.
God.
May palakpak.
So there are levels. For example, if you're starting in your career as a marketer, there are things that you need to there are minimum requirements. Kasi hindi
Mm,
dapat agad excellent naman ka agad, di ba?
correct.
So for example, familiarity with the four P's of marketing, promotion, product. So those are the basic. So ngayon, very complex na yung marketing. So with different platforms, right? So
Because of the integration of this
yes.
technology.
So there's a before kasi you just have the below the line and the above the line marketing, and that's it. So ngayon every platforms is different from each other. So ako, if you're asking me what's the key to success to be a marketing or to be a relevant marketer, it means that you should not stop learning. So like what I've shared to you before during this pandemic, di ba? It's also an opportunity for personal growth. So I'm starting to do online classes, doing webinars. So we are not expert on this because, di ba, to be considered expert, at least you need to practice it, the skills for more than 300 hours. Di ba may mga ganon? So dapat matagal mo siyang pinapractice. Pero the always key there is, katulad na sinishare ni Miss Angie, so you should not stop. You should not stop learning. You should consider it yung learning and gaining knowledge as parang very normal routine, like brushing your teeth, taking a
Yes.
bath. Di ba? Parang kahit ano yan, knowledge pa din yan. Sabi nga, kahit pananahiyan, di ba? So, you need to put importance on education. You need to put importance on training and knowledge. So, from there, you need to, di ba, consolidate these things. Pagkatapos, mapapractice mo na siya. So, the key is, there's a minimum, di ba, there's a minimum knowledge that you should know as a marketer. Then you should not stop learning. Then you explore other platforms. Then from the platforms presented to you, mamimili ka kung saan ka magaling. So,
Agree.
yun lang naman yun. So, kaya feeling ko, kahit for 18 years, relevant pa din naman tayo. Di ba, Miss Angie? So, that's yun yung pinakamahirap ngayon sa mundo na to. So, di ba, to
Correct.
stay relevant, and to sustain your so-called success. So that's the hardest thing to do. Kasi to achieve a certain, di ba, to meet life expectations, the minimum life expectations, like what you've said, having a car, having a house, yung mga ganun, madali naman lahat yun eh. Di ba? Madali naman din. Pero to sustain it, mas mahirap siya. It's
You're
so
right.
hard to stay relevant in this world, in this
You're right.
situation right now.
Especially now that
Especially
it's
with
very with the situation that
Mm-hmm.
with uncertainties and
mm,
complexities, diba? You just don't know what will happen the following day. At talagang you must be prepared. Okay, going back, Miss Karen, why is it important when you're there? Because the competition is so stiff, no? The competition
yeah.
is so big and huge, no? Why is it that your brand is important? So, for example, when I stand there, I'm doing a hosting job, I'm managing an event, I'm talking, I am a trainer, I motivate people as well. What should I do? Anong dapat why is it important I have to build my own character, my own dating, my own image in the world? Diba importante
Kasi,
tulad nito?
syempre, because that's reputation.
How
Diba?
do you what do you mean? Sorry?
Reputation. But
Okay.
it's very important that we build a reputation. And the brand,
Mhm.
it's when we talk about branding, it doesn't only means it's a collection of visual identities and symbols. Branding is not about that. It's about credibility and reputation. So for
Yeah.
you, di ba? So going back dun sa pinag-usapan natin, for you to stay relevant. If you do not have
Well,
reputation, if you do not have uh people don't trust you anymore, trust the brand
yeah.
anymore, doon na
It's
magsa-start na maging failure yung brand.
amazing. It's very well said. Totoo 'yan. Can you stretch that point, Miss Karen? I love the being relevant. You know, when you're being credible, you're there in the industry, they can see you. Then you must stay relevant because the trust, the engagement is very important, right? Even you think you're famous, but then again, the trust, the
Mm-hmm. And the
how do
key
you
there
stretch
is
it?
consistency. For you to build
Exactly.
reputation, like being a good speaker or being a talented real estate broker. So for you to build that, it must be, di ba, for you to be
Consistency.
successful, it's a continuous, consistent, hard work. So pag nag-fail ka, di ba, pag hindi ka na-rebound, wala ka na din. You're out of the
Correct.
picture already. So for you, like what you said, what do you mean by being relevant? So it's a consistent performance. It's a consistent drive, like what we're talking about. It's a consistent yung passion natin, energy. So medyo nakakapagod siya. But if you
Correct.
already have that di ba? Parang, it's non-stop, it's never
It's
ending.
tiring, right?
But, di ba? But if you were able to achieve that reputation and credibility, your name
Mhm.
will speak it for, di ba? Parang, your name will be credible enough. People will trust you easily.
That's very
Yes.
well
In
said,
fact,
Karen. All right. So, Moving on
If
again,
I may,
bago pa tayo pumunta dun sa ating success, no, Angie, babalik ako sa iyo.
oo.
Yeah. And let's inspire as well. Miss Karen discussed and shared some insight about if you want to become a successful marketer, very precise and very concrete tips, no? And she also shared about how you're gonna create your own branding. And so how do you inspire people to become a successful sales manager, because we've been motivating people in sales, no? So to become a successful sales manager, what are some things that they need to consider?
Okay. When you talk about not only sales management, but of course, any kind of business that we are into right now, uh, babalik tayo dun sa punto na hindi lang sarili natin iniisip natin kundi even the people that we have to get to know them. So, short of saying na kung ikaw ay nasa posisyon na isang sales director or sales manager or CEO ka or presidente ka, hindi puwedeng hindi mo kilalanin din yung mga tao na katrabaho mo. You have to really get to know them as well. Hindi yung alam mo lang sila based on the resume that they submitted or alam mo lang sila na ito lang yung trabaho o job description nila. Kailangan kilalanin mo in that aspect na even their personal lives ay medyo kahit papaano, sabi nga bits and facts, alam mo kahit papaano, meron kang idea bakit ba itong tao na to, hanggang ganito lang yung capabilities niya or ito lang yung alam niya. So that there is also an area for everyone or room for improvement for everyone. So but it will only happen kapag kinilala mo sila in that aspect as well sa trabaho. No? So how do I motivate people? It's also knowing what dreams do they have in life. Ano rin ba yung goals nila? Ano rin ba yung desires nila? Then you can also apply certain hindi lang yung sa modules na ita-train mo sila or ano, kundi yung even the words that you will tell them or the way that you will communicate with them, iba-iba Sabi nga, different strokes for different folks. And you will only be able to apply these kinds of advices or share of insights or even ano yung pwede mong i-highlight na values sa kanila sa buhay kapag alam mo per se kung ano yung gusto nila mangyari or ano yung pinagdadaanan nila. So, very important talaga sa management yung communication. Very important din yung hindi yung kailangan maprinsipyo kang tao, ikaw yun. Kundi yung alam mo rin kung ano as a manager, yung purpose mo. Sabi ko nga sa dami rin ng hinawakan na natin ng mga sellers, tao, thousands of them, alam mo yan, Renz, no? Si Renz and I have been together in this industry and company for more than 13 years na.
Wow.
Diba? So, hindi lang. So, apart from this, nanggaling na rin kami sa ibang company, no. So,
And to cut you,
16, 18 years, so, diba?
baka di po makwento po. And, and Miss Angie, there has been a big shift, a gear, no, of the
Yes.
gear toward the
Mm-mm,
situation right now. The
mm-mm.
management is now on virtual management. And
Yes.
how do you gonna inspire your managers? What you can share to them that
Mm-mm,
managing your people from remote areas, and we've been talking in
mm-mm,
front of our laptops in these
mm-mm,
platforms. So what are the
mm-mm.
things that you can tell them? It's quite there's some may mga struggle din, no, when you manage your people virtually.
Yes. Well, for a few months, no, a lot of them have struggled to adapt to the new norm. So, hindi lahat talaga technologically equipped, no? So, honestly, kahit ako, nag-adjust ako. So, I had to make it a point na pati yung ano tawag natin doon, yung service provider namin sa wifi, nag-ano kami, nag-adjust kami to a higher a higher plan kasi otherwise hindi pa pwedeng hindi ka mag-adapt. Second, sabi ko nga yun nga, technologically equipped dapat sila. Second, make the sacrifice worth it. Kasi lahat naman tayo meron point na dapat i-sacrifice bukod sa time, bukod sa endeavors at efforts, yung even yung sarili nating gustong gawin, no? Merong point na dapat i-set aside mo muna or hindi mo muna siya i-prioritize in order for you to really manage everything, no? Whether that be at home or whether that be for work or for your company. So, yun. So, kailangan talaga maturuan mo or ma-lead mo sila, mag-guide mo sila to on how they can be
Yeah.
more effective and more efficient in this trying time. So, ang lagi ko na sinasabi, hindi naman ito magiging permanente na sitwasyon.
Given the
Lahat
moment, given
Magbabago
the
lahat,
naman.
moment, yeah.
yes, lahat tayo
Just
makakaalpas
live
dito.
moment by
Yes.
moment. Sabi nga.
Yes. We really need
Miss
to,
Ate, ibig sabihin yan, as you mentioned, live by the moment is just temporary. The world
yes.
will change, the situation will change, no? So I think you're pointing out also that as a manager, when you lead your people, when you manage your people, there must be a visibility, responsiveness, and that you're always online. We cannot say that we're not
Yes.
just online and you have an internet connection all the time because this is now the medium of communication. If you don't have the
Yes.
technology, you will definitely not thrive. And I believe, Miss
Yes.
Karen, right, in the coming days, this situation will be prolonged. This situation will never change. We continue to communicate. You and I will be talking through online. And this situation, Miss Karen, has the effect in your leadership.
Oh, yes,
May effect ba yung
definitely.
situation natin? Tell us a little bit about it. When we know when we talk over here, is there an
Oh,
empathy? Is there a
yeah.
understanding? Are we sure that the people
Because
has
in
the
marketing
retention?
operation, right? In marketing
Yeah, yeah.
operation, you always need to face your people, talk to people face to face because it provides you a deeper
Yes.
understanding to the personality of the. Pagkatapos, touch is also very important. Diba? For us who's very emotional, who loves to touch and kiss, diba? That's very
Yes.
hard for all
Yeah.
of us. So, but, diba, we never realized that this pandemic will happen in our lifetime. I never, di ba? I never thought about that. Pero nung nangyari na to, all of us needs to adjust and even with the leadership. In terms of leadership, I'm always a believer of uh, macro leadership. I don't micromanage.
Okay.
You always need to trust the competency of your people that they can deliver
Yeah.
even if
That's
you don't see them. I think that's trust component is very important in today's platform. Kasi if you will always, di ba, complain na hindi mo nakikita yung yung time in, time out, or yung deliverables niya, you don't see the person 24 hours or 8 hours dun sa screen, but you might think that the person is not doing the job. So ngayon, di ba, we need to rely we need to trust the people na ginagawa nila yung commitment nila sa atin. So I think aside from all this adjustment, technical adjustment, there should also be a psychological and emotional adjustment
yeah.
that we should do for
Yeah.
us to be very successful dun sa, diba, doing our tasks and activities.
That is very correct. Correct, correct. And before we continue, thank you for that wonderful sharing. Before we continue with the second part of our almost drawing to the end of our conversation this afternoon, we just want to say hi to our viewers. You know, Karen and Angie, we have viewers from around the world because I also am in now as one. I cannot say that I'm professional YouTube bloggers, but in my own right, we have a lot of friends now, vloggers around the world, and we just want to say hi to them. Shane Son from Cebu is watching us. Thank you, Shane. Of course, Pepin, Filipina American, just means to say watching from abroad, from US. Thank you for watching. To Anli Patag, thank you. Maria Sabel Vlogs. And I would like to acknowledge Guapang Bisaya. We also have Carla Barossa TV. We also have, of course, Via Santos. Chinitong Pinoy, a lot of vloggers watching right now. And all the supporters watching from to the Facebook, to our team from Philippine Best Company, to all our friends, thank you for watching this afternoon session. All right, hope you're learning from our guests. Hope you're learning from this wonderful conversation. Okay, let's go now to the very, I believe, very motivational, very inspiring moment, because at this moment we're gonna share our personal success formula. Bawat tao, without understanding it, without knowing it, every one of us has his own style, strategy, and I belief and I believe paninindigan sa buhay para maging successful, right? And let me first share mine para magkaroon kayo ng inyong way on how you gonna share to our viewers as well. Sa akin kasi, Miss Kano, Miss Angie, my success formula is very simple. Una, di ko binitawan yung pangarap ko. I never stop. Kahit kailan hindi ko iniwan. Simple things, small victories, you know. You know, small victories para sa akin, success yun eh. In my mind, kapag naka-abroad ako, that is success to me. I am successful na. So kapag nakapagtapos ako ng pag-aaral muna, magiging successful ako. Second, kapag nakapagtapos ako ng pag-aaral, magkaroon ako magandang trabaho sa Maynila. If I can have a good job, I'll be going to Manila. You know, if you can just imagining me from probinsya, you know, a poor guy came from province, who graduated from province, then will be going to Manila to pursue his dream and fight there in Manila. And long time ago, Karen, Angie, you know, how hard it is to fight, to work, to struggle in Manila, finding your dreams. Yung, my God, walang tumatanggap sa'yo, graduate ka ng probinsya. Diba? Patpating ka, maitim ka, may talino ka naman, pero hindi enough. They keep on rejecting you, no? Kung ma-realize ko, may formula in success, I should not stop. I should not stop. Unang formula, hindi ako susuko. Kailangan ko makahanap ng kumpanyang maniniwala na kaya ko. You're right, Karen, when you mentioned, hindi naman sa papel at educational or university na tapos mo. Kailangan merong makita sa'yo para tanggapin ka niya. Eh, noong panahon, napaka-judgmental. Karen and Angie, napaka-judgmental ng mga kumpanya. If you're not from the La Salle, you're not from UP, if you're not from the Ateneo, if you're not from private, exclusive for girls schools, di ba? La Consolacion, 'di ba? Saint Paul, 'di ba? Ang dami. Ang dami. Ang formula ko lang sa success. Huwag mong titigilan ng pangarap mo kahit ano ka pa, kahit ina-underestimate ka. Pangalawa, bigger small dreams, hindi ko binibitawan. So for example, Karen and Angie, one day pupunta rin ako ng Disneyland. Kahit matanda na ako, pupuntahan ko rin 'yan. So parang I will never stop pursuing that. Another formula ko is I never stop praying, Karen and Angie. I never stop praying every night in my life. At sinabi ko sa kanya, let me find people who will help me to be there. Marami sa buhay natin na kailangan mo lang bigyan ka ng chance, di ba? And one of the most regretful moment in my life is that when people don't give you the chance to show what you can and to show them that you can do it, that you can do the job. Minsan for example, in one event, I am a good singer, I can do the host, but nobody want to accept me. They don't even try to bother to listen to me and do the hosting, di ba? Minsan sa buhay natin, di ba, Karen and Angie, ang kailangan lang natin chance, an opportunity na mapakinggan ka at marinig ang boses mo. I think to believe in my dreams, to work, to do the hard work, yung huwag ka mandaya sa trabaho mo. Yun ang mga bagay na formula ko, kaya ako naging successful. And siguro sinamahan ko ng prayer and humility, Miss Karen. Yung bang kahit may nakita ko magaling at nag-i-improve naman ako, I never made it na lumaki ang ulo ko, naging mayabang ako, na hindi na ako namamansin ng tao. Yun ang formula na bahala na kayong mag-summarize how you're going to summarize. You know, kasi pag formula, hard work plus positivity plus diligence plus generosity, di ba? Generosity. is part of being formula, is
Mm.
part of the formula. When you give, you a lot of blessings will be returning back to you. Okay, eto na. Haba ng segue ko, no? Pero yun ang, dahil kayo naman ang guest ko, kayo magkukwento ng formula ninyo. And maybe you can make it himay in a sense na meron talaga silang makuhang magandang idea and inspiration with that formula why you became successful in your personal career, in your family, and in your whole being as a person. Let's start with Miss Karen. Karen,
Okay, when you
what is
say
your life
success,
formula?
diba,
Yes.
it's really
Yes.
overwhelming, right? Parang you need to achieve talagang bigger things in life. So,
Yeah.
I always categorize it as, there's a short-term success, there's a long-term success.
Sure.
So you can enjoy life. You can celebrate simple wins. That's the problem with us, di ba? Yung parang
Yeah.
we don't recognize simple wins, yung nakapasa ka ng exam. So,
Yeah.
simple joy, simple wins, you celebrate it. From there, nanganganak yung success, di ba? Kasi you're trying to be consistent and persistent towards your goal. So, my formula is, I never stop. I have lots of humbling experiences. So, that, Sir Renz. So, kahit, di ba, kahit ang tanda ko na, bakit kailangan pagdaanan mo yung mga bagay na yon, di ba? So, there's numerous humbling experiences. There are lots of failures, but you don't stop. You need to believe na, sige, may mangyayari ding maganda sa susunod na araw. So, that's the first step. You celebrate small wins, you
Small
recognize
wins,
yourself.
small
It's
victories.
being kind to yourself, right? So, pangalawa, di ba, you don't stop learning. Parang you need to be very hopeful. You never stop learning, like what I've said. Many friends will tell me, why do you need to study yung two master's degree? Di ba parang ang OA naman, you never stop learning, enrolling, online schooling ka pa, digital, even you're doing this for so many years. Kasi nga, you want to stay relevant. Why do you need this? Kasi, what I've said, it's also uh, mindset na hindi naman ikaw yung pinakamagaling sa mundo.
Exactly.
So, di ba, hindi ikaw yung pinakamagaling, hindi ikaw yung pinakamaganda, kahit maganda tayo. Di ba? So, you have these things, pero like what I've said, because of marketing mindset, di ba, there's competition.
Yeah.
Di ba? The competition is very saturated. So, if you have that mindset, it's not just being competitive, but it's like what I said, it's being relevant. It's being
Relevant.
humble. So, if you have that, so you continue to study, you continue to improve yourself. So, then, lagi ko sinasabi sa mga anak ko, there's no shortcut. Ngayon kasi they define
Yeah.
success as being a successful YouTuber or vlogger.
Yeah.
Instantly,
Yeah.
they will have money. That's fine.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that if you're successful, di ba? If you become successful instantly. But it will not be sustainable if you're not equipped.
Correct.
So, kaya lagi ko pa din sinasabi, there's no shortcut. You need to study. Pero yung mga anak ko, syempre sasabihin nila. Kasi nga, dahil it's a fast-paced environment, by the time you finish your study is not relevant anymore. Iba na
Yeah.
din kasi yung definition ngayon,
Yeah.
di ba? So,
Yeah.
you're
So, please,
already
no,
dated. So, why study? So mga ganun. So, ako naman, it will give, kasi success is meeting life's expectation. Diba? And that expectation is having an authority. And if you have this education, you will have an authority in your life. Yun talaga yung standard eh. Wala tayong magagawa. Kahit sabihin nila it's unfair. Diba? So, sustainability is very important.
yes. Yeah.
In terms siguro of diba, net worth, I might not be, you will not consider me as successful. Kasi mas madami naman laging mas magaling at mayaman, di ba? Successful ba yan si Karen? Baka hindi. Pero for me, it's really a balance of, di ba? Laging talagang may comparison. So, it's a balance between, you have passion, you have energy, you have purpose, and, di ba, you have these healthy relationships. So, wealth accumulation is not bad at all. Diba?
Yeah.
Tama naman talaga magpayaman ng magpayaman. You just need to use di ba, your resources into good use. For example, during the ECQ, di ba, all of us are so sad, but as when you check on your wallet, you have very limited resources. I just want to share this. So, sabi namin mag-asawa, can 1,000 pesos make you happy during ECQ? Definitely hindi, di ba? So because it has very small value. But we're trying to make these resources parang very valuable. So what we did is, my husband asked a delivery, yung a pizza delivery, and have it to deliver dun sa mga pamangkin ko. So we surprised them. So, di ba? So, the 1,000 is very valuable. So, if you do not have the resources, if you're not successful, wala naman. Pero if you put, 'di ba? If you put your resources and your money and your wealth into good use, 'di ba, mas magiging meaningful siya. And for me, that is success. So,
That is very
yon, you put that into good use.
amazing. And that is very rewarding, di ba?
Mm-mm.
Wow. Okay, Miss Angie. Wow, wow. Okay. Wow, kasi maybe, kasi you're right, Karen, when whether you accept it or not, practically speaking, if you don't have the resources, then you can't move. If you don't have the resources, you cannot move. You cannot inspire people because,
Yes. Di ba
especially if
sabi
these
nga
people
nila,
that you're
you
helping.
cannot you cannot give what you do not have. So,
Yeah,
kailangan
exactly.
may, di ba, dapat
Meron
okay
ka rin.
ka. Kaya nga,
Dapat
parang
okay
it's
ka.
also a success motivation na if
Oo.
you want to help your family or other people, you need to be very successful. So, ayun nga yung
Yeah.
sinasabi ni Miss Angie na passion. Dapat may meaning, may passion ka. So, ito yung magda-drive sa'yo para mas maging successful.
All right, Miss Angie. Thank you, Miss Karen. And let's go to Miss Angie. Miss Angie, di ba, when we have these plans, we organize, you do this, you do that, parating indicator, are we going to be successful? Kaya ba natin to? Can we create
Mhm.
this one? Dapat ba? Everybody ba? May kikitain ba tayo dito? Yung mga pamantayan ng success Organize ba to?
Ah,
Dapat ang show natin yung stars. Ako, bawat hindi pumalpak, mag-show tayo ng music museum. Okay ba to? Naku, music museum na ito. And Karen, I need to go. Sabi ni Karen, we need to do this. We need to prepare. I'll be doing the directing. I'll be out there. Let us manage it, friends. And punta ka doon. Tapos, naku, we're so afraid, no? In achieving the real meaning of success in a certain activity, big or small, parati nating minimeasure ito with the capacity of the people that we have, with the capacity of the people to do the job, with the talents that we have, the backroom people who will do
Yes.
the technicals. Just giving a perspective, whatever it is the activity that you're doing, just giving a perspective. Yun yung mga indicators para ma-reach
Mhm.
nating success. At when we're done and we say, wow, it's flawless, it's seamless, success, oh my God. And especially if it is a show,
Mhm.
a lot of people must watch, di ba? At kung yan naman, dapat naman natuwa naman sa catering, dapat
Yes.
natuwa naman kumain. Di ba? Sa sales management, dapat meron namang maraming benta. Sa marketing, dapat ipakita sila mga billboard at
Mhm.
may return
so,
of
may
investment.
parameters. May
May
Correct.
parameters.
parameters. Thank you for the parameters, di
Uh-huh.
ba? Oh, Miss Angie, with these
Mhm.
parameters, no, sometimes we fail. Of all the effort that we did, that we exerted, maraming pagkakataon na
Mhm.
nag-fail pa rin at hindi lahat ay okay. Hindi lahat ay
Mhm.
maayos, di ba? So,
Mhm.
ano ngayon? But there is truth about it. Meron nga si ba one company, Manpari company. There is a big logo in their company when I visited is what we call Karen 101% success. And it is attainable. And it is achievable. Di ba? So ano yung
Yes.
lang success ends for us
Mhm.
not to be mistaken, for us to really get the desired output that we want. So ano yung success
Okay.
for you can share? Yeah.
Um, talking about parameters or what are necessary for a person or an organization to be successful in any endeavor na gusto nilang matapos, complete o maging maganda ang execution and implementation. Ang bottom line niyan para maging successful ka is one, preparedness. So, babalik ka talaga dun sa very core of your preparations, which is one, how prepared are you yourself? So, yung self-preparedness is also very important. Yung napakasimple na thought na hindi lang prepared ako physically, how will I make myself look, or how properly attired, or tama ba yung suot ko, makeup ko, 'di ba? Hindi lang 'yun kundi yung aspeto ng emotional psychological preparedness mo. Importante yung psychological and emotional preparedness ng isang tao kasi dapat hindi walang ibang tao pwedeng unang dapat maniwala sa iyo kundi ikaw. You have to believe yourself in your capabilities, in your character, your traits, your purpose. So lahat 'yon combined together will will be your compelling force or drive, no, para ang talagang focus mo is the attainment of that particular goal that you have set. And by itself, kapag mag-emanate yun makikita yon, magta-transcend yon dun sa mga kausap mo na tao. Makikita na nila yung drive mo, yung passion mo, and nakakahawa dapat yon. It should be influencing them, it should be motivating them, it should be pushing them to, come together with you towards that common goal. So, hindi, sabi nga, no man is an island. Mahirap mag-attain ng isang bagay na hindi mo sinet na para lang sa sarili mo. Pero kung ito ay isang, say for example, sales quota, di ba? Or ito ay isang marketing event, or isang, even what you mentioned, yung na-throwback tuloy ako dun sa concert, no? So, even if this is just a simple activity or event, it will always require the first step, which is preparedness, planning ahead, if kung pwede nga proactiveness, di ba? Kung pwede nga maging proactive pa, so that you can anticipate what might have, what flaws or what mistakes or what errors can be avoided, or everyone can refrain from happening. No? So, to me, yun yung isang importante. Sabi nga ni Tom Hopkins, success is a continuous journey, no? So hindi siya, sabi nga ni Karen kanina, consistency, yung constant activities that you do para step by step na nag-move forward ka to achieving that goal or that particular success. Yung gusto mong maging yung desired goal or result na gusto mo. Hindi pa pwedeng kuminto ka halfway Kailangan talagang kinikilusan mo or ina-actionan mo yung nakaplano mo. So again importante yung self-preparedness. You believe in yourself, at saka you believe also in others. So yung trust sa mga kasama mo sa organization, whether that be in the office or in a particular event or activity, importante yon kasi otherwise hindi mo ma-enforce yung purpose or yung sabi nga natin mission, kanya-kanya tayong mission sa buhay at saka yung purpose in life. Hindi mo yun maita-transcend sa kanila unless nag-umpisa rin yun sa sarili mo.
Wow. Thank you, Miss Sandy, Miss Karen. Okay. Magkakaroon tayo ng konting short, some attributes of being a successful. And all you have to do, pero bago yan, balikan ko muna si Miss Karen. Miss Karen, what is success to you when it comes to your children?
Siyempre, consider your children as your greatest treasure, right? So, ako naman sabi ko, malalaman ko kung very successful sila kung sinabi ng magiging partner nila o asawa nila na mabuti silang tao.
Wow.
So, I really, di ba? So, yung iba kasi parang,
you raise them.
So, how I raise them. So, because if they're good partners, So they will be also a good, diba? They will also have a good life. So
So
ako, I want them
you're
happiness
looking
eh.
forward of this relationship na one day you accepted mag-aasawa yan. Anong
Yeah,
successful
Mhm.
ka.
mag-aasawa sila. Kasi I don't want to have, di ba, a relationship na pangit with my kids and with their
Oh
families.
my
So
God.
ako,
Yeah.
I think that's the greatest success for them. Gusto ko masaya sila. Iba din kasi yung happiness. So for
Happiness.
Mhm.
them, if I raise them well, they will be
Yeah.
happy with their family. For me, that is success. Very simple lang.
Yeah. Simple lang.
So, mm-mm.
When you saw them graduated, when you saw them having a good job, having a good family, that is success to you. You mean that by that, Ms. Karen,
Yes.
right?
Oh,
But
yes,
your
yes. Kasi
husband,
at the rate
that's
that
good.
they're going, they're very fine.
Yeah.
They're academic achievers. So,
Mhm.
Yeah,
parang
I
hindi ko
know.
siya wino-worry. Di ba?
Uh-uh.
So, mas worry ako na I want them to be happy. I'm more on that.
Are
So,
you
hey,
worried that one day, Karen, you will be meeting their soon-to-be wives and, hey, this is your mother-in-law. I'm Karen.
alam mo, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Okay, what is success to you when it comes to your husband? Paano mo
Again,
nasabing
again, I'm
success
sorry.
to you? When it comes to your spouse, to your husband, successful ka kapag si husband ay what?
My husband is a very stable career. So,
Yeah.
okay naman ako. Parang feeling ko naman, and I'm just here to support my husband. So, okay lang.
Successful ka na dyan. There you
Ah,
go. Thank you for that, Miss Karen. Okay, Miss Angie, what is success to you when it comes to your children? Paano masasabing successful ka pagdating sa mga anak?
Alam mo, wala naman siguro magulang na hindi naghagat
mm,
no, ng magandang kinabukasan sa lahat ng mga anak nila. So, I for one came from a huge family. 13 kami magkakapatid. And
wow.
I got married to my family, my husband's family na apat lang sila magkakapatid. So, doon pala meron ng pagkakaiba, no? So, but when you talk about desiring the success also of your children, it's basically seeing them have a good future, kung ano yung pipiliin nilang career path or ano
Mm-mm.
yung pipiliin nilang maging definition ng success. Kasi sabi nga natin, kanya-kanya tayong
Yes.
kanya-kanya tayong definition. But ang pwede lang talagang gawin ng isang parent like us is to really be supportive, is to guide them, is to enlighten them also. Hindi pa pwedeng ipilit mo sa kanila kung ano lang yung gusto mong gawin para sa kanila. Kundi may kanya-kanya sila kasing talent, may kanya-kanya silang intellectual capabilities and capacity. So, ang blessed lang din talaga ako. I have three sons, no? Lahat sila awa ng Diyos ay healthy at yun lang din yung dinadasal natin na constantly they will be protected against any serious illness or sickness. No? So laging ang gusto lang ng kagaya ko is to see them one day not only graduated in school but also to have their own successful careers or business kasi meron sa kanilang inclined to business eh. So Ren, si Matthew yon, alam mo yon. Tapos yung panganay ko naman is really also into different field din no, ng gusto niyang i-pursue. So yung bunso, more of parang gusto niya yung architecture, designs, yung panganay, more of IT. So, kanya-kanya.
Support
So,
lang tayo.
yes, support lang talaga. At saka, pagdating naman sa kung magpapamilya ba sila, wag muna.
Ayoko, wag muna.
Wag muna.
Teka. Para kayo, hey, both of you have voice, no? Puro voice ang marami.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Puro kayo voice. Kayong dalawa. Wow. Coincidence.
Mm.
Anyway, so we're now drawing to the end of our conversation, Karen. I want you to inspire people to those, alam mo, maraming nanonood, still, why is it we have this gift? I think it is a gift that we're very thankful for the gift that God has given us because we have this way to inspire people, we have this our heart to reach them and make them feel that there's a lot of things that can happen. Hindi dapat mawala ng pag-asa ang bawat isa. Karen, inspire our viewers today. If they're not yet reaching their dreams, if they're still in the process of recovering, if they're still in that stage of transforming from frustrations to be the best that they are again, getting up from this situation, what can you say to them, Karen?
So life naman is not about a journey of traveling from point A to point B in a very smooth road, di ba? So it's not like that. So madaming difficulties and complications. So kung ikaw yung tao na very steady, good for you. But most of the time, there's always seasons eh. You're up, you're down. So kung okay ka lang lagi, di okay ka. Di ba? Good. Pero dun sa mga taong if you want to be successful, you must also accept that in this process, there's always failure.
Yes.
So, sobrang dami nun. Minsan nga, hindi ka na makahinga sa dami ng failures. But what will set you apart is kung gaano ka kabilis bumangon, parang bangon lang, laban lang. So, yun yung sa tingin kong, aside from the competency that we discussed, hard work that we discussed, another important pillars of success is yung courage to fight or courage to accept failure. So, yun talaga yung sa akin ha, yun yung personally, yun talaga yung kaibang pwede kong share sa inyo. So, bangon lang, lalaban lang tayo. Ganon. Tapos, then you need somebody or someone, you need to anchor yourself to someone para maging mas matatag ka. So, pwedeng, that will be your faith, that will be your family. So, kasi nga, like what I've said, hindi naman laging okay. Diba? Laging may seasons. So, sana sa pinagdadaanan natin ngayon, like what I've said, there are so many good days, there are also bad days. So, we just need to be very grateful, thankful kung ano yung natitira sa ating ibang maganda. Nalulungkot ako, my husband will tell me, Mommy, hindi ka na naman grateful. So, dapat mas grateful ka. Diba? Diba yan pa, na maging grateful ka, so you will be happy. Yeah. Because, diba, iba yung nangyayari sa labas. There's always internal struggle. Yeah. Diba? Iba yung outer, iba yung internal.
And I keep on telling you, Karen, I keep on telling you, you're so blessed.
Yeah, I'm blessed. So dapat ako at yung ibang taong nanonood sa atin, siguro dapat mas grateful pa. Kung sa tingin nila grateful na sila, dapat mas nagdagan pa nila. Kasi nga, lagi talagang may failure. So, yun. So, you anchor your...
Correct. You're right. Because even when they saw us, you're comfortable, you're having a comfortable life, they saw us as, having a good situation. But hindi, may dinaranas. Marami rin tayong dinadanas. At kailangan pareho lang sitwasyon natin. Kung ano bang meron ka ngayon, pareho lang yung dinaranas natin. At minsan na nawawalan tayo ng hope, nawawalan tayo ng pag-asa. No? At nasasaktan tayo. At sometimes, yung nasa paligid natin, feeling natin, is not yet enough. Di ba, Miss Karen? So that is being, I think, accepting the what's coming from your heart. And that is, I think, honesty na will help you also to recover from it. Di ba?
Yes.
Miss Karen, maraming salamat po. Inspiring.
Maraming salamat. Thank you for inviting me.
I miss your smile. I'm very happy and delighted to see your smile, the way you talk, your energy, your eyes that that presents the beauty of yourself inside and out.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, Miss Angie, yes, go ahead. Our people is watching right now. We're in the same industry. We're in real estate and we're in one company. And we inspire people not only from our company, but at the same time, the people we have a lot of friends, Karen and Angie. We know that we have a lot of friends. We're so friendly and nakikinig ang ating mga kaibigan, Angie, sa mga may dinaranas, may mga panahon ng kahirapan. Alam mo naman, din natin the word itself.
Yes.
Mga frustration sa buhay, it's not at the end of the world. It's just temporary. So, Miss Angie.
Well, for one, kung ikaw man ay nasa isang sitwasyon ngayon na mabigat or problemado, ang una daw paraan para ma, mapang-ibabawan mo yan or makaalpas ka sa sitwasyon na yan is for one, ang una mong isipin or tingnan yung problema rin ng ibang tao. Kasi kapag ka ang nagwallow ka or nagtagal kang nakadapa, di ba? Pag may taong nadapa, dapat bumangon siya. So, hindi pa pwedeng nakalugmok ka na lang dyan. Kailangan lumaban ka kasi it will definitely require you to stand again. Otherwise, if you remain to be in that situation, pinagtagal mo yung emotion mo dyan, diba, pwede ang gawin mo talaga is iyakan mo na yan. Umiyak ka na ngayon, ibuhos mo na lahat, tanggalin mo, pero kailangan tanggalin mo yan sa dibdib mo, sa isipan mo. You have to move forward. Otherwise, sabi nga natin, hindi yung time kasi is moving eh. Hindi humihinto ang oras para sa iyo. Hindi pwedeng huminto yung pagkakataon para sa iyo. So kailangan lagpasan mo kaagad yan, bumangon ka, sabi nga, para kanino ka bumabangon. So, you have, tama si Karen eh, there has to be a reason or someone or some people to whom you can anchor on. Kasi tao ka lang din. So, dapat ma-recognize mo yung fact na tao ka lang din, nasasaktan ka, nahihirapan ka, napapagod ka, diba? So, kung kailangan mong ipahinga, kung kailangan mong iiyak yan, gawin mo na ngayon. Pero kailangan mag-move forward ka, lumagpas ka dyan. And then, you have to reassess again, probably, what you did wrong, or ano yung naging pagkakamali, or ano yung naging cause of failure mo. And then, plan ahead again. Mag-strategize ka kung kailangan, or change something. Pero dapat nandun nga yung courage, nandun yung willingness mo to do something else or to do something new or innovate or be more creative and improve. Kasi kapag hindi mo ginusto na ibahin yung dati mo nang ginagawa tapos you will end up with the same result na hindi ka na masaya kung hanggang ganyan lang yung binibigay sa iyo nung ginagawa mong pagod or hirap or ginagawa mong trabaho, then you have to go back to that point na ano pa ba ang dapat kong gawin o ano pa ang pwede kong gawin. So you have to really do your research, learn from others, learn from online. Madami na po talagang pwede kang pagkuhanan ng information, new strategies, new approaches, new sales pitch. Napakarami na po. At yun yung isang dapat na makita nating blessing, no, sa pandemic period na to. All people are given the opportunity to learn from other people globally. Ang dami mong pwedeng matutunan at makuha sa iba't ibang cultures, sa iba-ibang bansa, sa iba-ibang nationalities. But then again, sabi nga natin, laging babalik sa point na una mong tingnan yung sarili mo. Kasi other than that, pwede mo nang tingnan din yung iba.
Because you control your life, di ba?
Yes,
You control your life. You can determine whether you want to be
Yes.
happy or not. It's just only a mindset again, di ba? So ano man kinalagay natin ngayon, sabi nga, Miss Angie, is bangon lang. At sisikat
Yes.
sa araw, sabi nga natin. Alright, so
Dapat.
Mary Rosa, that is lovely. Thank you so much for that. And meron lang tayong konting pampasaya. Miss Karen, happiness is key to success. Yes or no?
Yes.
Having shopping is happiness. Yes. Yes or no?
Yes.
Getting out of the house, meeting your friends, and meeting with them personally. Success or no?
Yes.
Seeing your husband leaving the house again and busy with his life so you can have your life again. Yes or no?
It depends.
Kung saan siya pupunta.
Traveling again around the world. Traveling, getting out. Yes or no?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. A dinner with us.
Definitely.
Yes.
I'm with you guys.
Meeting your
Oo.
friends, okay, Miss Karen, meeting your friends sooner without a face mask and an alcohol.
Oh, I miss that. Yes, that's success and happiness.
Yeah, that's what, that is correct. Miss Karen, maraming salamat. Favorite color mo?
White.
White. White ka
Is
talaga.
that a color
Favorite
or
shoe
absence
brand?
of color? I don't know. I wear anything.
You know. Favorite bag brand? No, no.
No, I'm not a branded person. Hiya ako eh.
Oh, really? You're lying,
Hiya
Karen.
ako.
You're lying, Karen.
Hindi daw siya maarte.
Hindi ako maarte. I'm not into
Oh,
brand.
yeah. What is your most favorite country that you have visited?
Ay, Japan.
Okay, thank you, Miss Karen. Angie, your favorite
Thank
color?
you.
Purple. Diba? Minana ko
Purple,
yun.
yeah. Favorite country you visited?
Switzerland. The best. Switzerland.
Switzerland.
Europe,
Philippines.
yes.
Okay, your favorite brand? Shoe brand?
Okay. Pareho kami ni Karen, di kami
You don't
mabrand.
want to disclose it.
No,
Oo.
no, favorite dish. Favorite dish mo pala, Karen.
Ay,
Favorite
dish.
dish mo.
Food. Ikaw daw, Karen.
Karen,
Dish. Sige, my comfort food is fried chicken.
fried chicken. Anytime
You
mag-chicken.
can never go wrong with fried chicken.
Yeah, correct. Angie, your favorite dish?
Sinigang. Any form of sinigang. Basta sinigang.
Work from home is success. Angie, yes or no?
Yes.
Making your
Yes.
no sales for the month of October. Angie,
Of course
yes or
not.
no?
Of course not. Hindi pwede.
Being resilient, yes or no, is a success.
Yes. Yes, of course.
Yes.
Definitely,
It's
ladies and gentlemen, whatever it is that you do, which will make your heart happy, whatever it is that you decide for yourself, when you have your family, when you have everything around you, when you have a good relationship, when you have a good family to embrace, when you have all this love that you can derive from the family members and friends, I think we all deserve success. And in simple way, I think everybody is successful. Maraming salamat for joining me, Miss Karen, Miss Angie. You truly inspired this afternoon. Ingat kayo at mabuhay kayo. Looking forward to see both of you in this
yes,
coming
same
day.
here. Same here.
Thank
Say hi to
Miss
you.
your
you
friends,
po.
Karen. You would like to
Miss
say hi to your
you.
friends watching right now? Anybody, anything you like to say more? Say hi to your friends and everybody's watching right now.
Hi, friends. Thank you for your support. Show me. Thank you, Renz, for inviting us. Thank you
My
so
honor.
much.
And I always treasure this moment. Angie, go ahead. Say hi to your friends,
Yes.
your family.
Yeah, same thing here. Thank you so much for to all our viewers and those who take time to watch us in this channel of Renz. Thank you, Renz, for inviting me and Karen. This is truly meaningful for us. No? So we
Yeah.
truly hope that we were able to impart some inspiring or learnings for all our viewers today. So maraming salamat and everyone keep safe and stay healthy and siguro isa ring pinaka dapat nating pasalamatan is si Lord kasi every day is a
Oh,
blessing and a
happiness.
miracle, no? Life is a miracle na na-experience natin every day. Once we wake up and open our eyes, we have to be thankful and be grateful to our Almighty God. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much to both of you. It is my honor to have both of you in the show and hope ay magtagal pa ang ating show at marami pa tayong may charm na ating mga kababayan.
Mm.
Maraming salamat, Miss Angie Hopen. Maraming salamat, Miss Karen, na aking mga minamahal na kaibigan. And muli, I wish you well. Hope you're always
Thank you.
doing great and sound at home. All right, so stay Angie and Karen. We'll be having an off show. I will be having an off talk after this. Usap na tayo.
Mhm.
Please stay for a very short while. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Hope you're inspired by this moment with our guest speaker. Hope you get the cooler waters from their minds and from their hearts. Sana po ay magkita-kita tayong muli sa mga darating na araw. And always remember, whatever it is, you control your life. Your destiny is in your hand. All you have to do is to be happy, to be contented, to be resilient, and of course, to do just everything that you can do to be the best that you are. Always remember that life is beautiful, life awaits us. So don't be sad, don't be frustrated, don't be discouraged because time will come, it will be another day, a place under the sun. Sana po kayo may natutunan po kayo sa lahat ng ating mga sharing. Once again, please, if you like this sharing, if you like this talk, please subscribe to my channel, the Mindgears channel. You can also like my Facebook account with the same name, the Mindgears channel, or look for me, Renz Rene Cantillas Teacher, or Rain Cantillas in my Facebook account. Just ring the bell. Thank you, and God bless us all. See you again next Saturday, 2 in the afternoon. Always remember that your mind is your gear. This is your channel. This is the Mind Gears channel. This is your TV, your perspective. Goodbye, and God bless us all. This is Rance Teacher. Magkita-kita tayo muli. Magkita-kita po tayo
Okay.
muli sa mga na session natin. Maraming salamat, dear friends, and God bless us.